updates. Meg Czapiewski, Honorable Service Realty Group. Got your market update. These are April's numbers. So let's dive in. As you know, I like to do things with charts. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen, put my glasses on so I get my numbers all right, and show you what we're looking at. So we're going to start in Prince William County this time. And in Prince William County, we are looking at two graphs side by side. New listings, i.e. the new inventory, and new pendings or new contracts. So in April, we saw 574 new listings come on the market, which is about half of what we were getting when we were at our peak numbers in 2021. That is up 10%, and clearly we're seeing an increase month over month in 2024. This being January right here. That's great. You know, it's still significantly lower than what we'd experienced even in 2022 before the big interest rate drops. But what we didn't see was April new contracts, new pendings, mirroring exactly the same behavior. And I think that is potentially something that could be a start of something that either is a seasonal shift or is some buyer fatigue. We're going to talk about that as we get through some of these other stats. Looking at the next slide, days on market, while all of this in the green is essentially good in that the days on market are lower, and month over month, year over year rather, when you compare say November's or January's days on market, it's significantly less than what we saw even a year ago. In fact, you had to go all the way back to March of 23 to find growth or an increase in days on market. But these are median days on market of closed sales. So the ones that the people want. And when you actually go to look at, for instance, right now, admittedly, we're more than halfway through May, but you look at all of the homes that are on the market right now in Prince William County, the median days on market is not 5 days, which is what this is showing here for April. It's actually 30 to 34 days. So there's a little bit of buildup, and it is somewhat reflective of that almost straight line that we saw in the pendings as compared to the straight up line that we were looking at on that last slide for the new listings. Okay, low inventory, supply demand usually means higher prices, and that is what we are seeing. So this chart reflects the single family homes and the townhomes and shows in April a 10% increase from the same time last year. Same for the townhomes. And you had to go back to March of 2023 before you saw no growth. This was the last time that we didn't have a year over year look at increased prices. And when you take a look back to May of 2021, which is a 3-year look back, you know, you're seeing some pretty significant, roughly 13% here, 20% increase here. So great investment, clearly. It is why so many people say real estate is the source of wealth. It's because this is a very steady performer and has been for a very long time and is expected to continue. Let's take a quick look at Fairfax. In this case, the new listings are up 22% since last April and up 3% since the last month, seeing that same kind of straight upward projection of new inventory coming on the market. They do not see a pause. This is what you really would expect to see. In Fairfax, you saw the same performance of new contracts to new listings. And when you look at days on market, what I had described in Prince William County does exist, but to a much smaller amount. in Fairfax. There's a much healthier relationship with days on market, new contracts, and new listings. Prices, Fairfax is always strong, up 9%, 9.5% on their townhomes. It was June of 2023, the last time that there was not a year-over-year expression of price increase. And in the townhomes, we saw that in March of 2023. And then lastly, let's take a quick look at Stafford. So despite growth in the listings since January of 2024, the numbers are still reflecting significantly lower seasonal numbers. So, your June compared to your last June, we're still feeling it. And it's actually a little bit more pronounced in Stafford, that the inventory is a little bit more contracted. And then in new pendings, or the new contracts, we're down 14% compared to April 2023. In fact, it was a total flat line between March and April. So while, yeah, the seasonal trends are clearly visible, it's at a much smaller scale. And just like what we saw in Prince William, the new contracts is not necessarily keeping pace with the new inventory, which then means higher days on market and potentially signaling some market changes to come. However, growth is fantastic in Stafford. In fact, I got tired of looking. I went all the way through 2020 and I just gave up. But there has been no month where there was not a year-over-year price increase in townhomes. And there were only 2 or 3 like anomalies in from May of 21 to current, where they had a bad month, right? So, and sometimes when you're talking about low inventory, it doesn't take much to just have a bad month or a really, really exceptional month, because it could be all up to one house. But from 395 as your typical, your median sales price, up to 560 in just 3 years, that's fantastic equity that they're building in Stafford as well. So what does this all mean? Summarizing this up, my takeaways are that seller market is still here and probably here to stay officially for some time, but it is not necessarily the seller's market that we think of, where you can put anything on the market, you can do very little to market it, you can expect multiple offers and get well above. Are we seeing that? Sure, in certain homes. And that's why what I would say is that condition is critical here. Consumer expectations for expecting the lower interest rates, wanting them, of course, but expecting them to have happened by now, it has not been met. And that's caused some buyers to be a little bit more discerning about where they're going to put their money. I mean, this is a big monthly payment that they're now chalking themselves up to. Prices have increased, so it's also a big down payment, a big overall mortgage. And people are willing to spend the big money when it's the great house, right? But when it's they're holding off. Whereas what we saw in 2021 is money's free, put something on it, we'll readdress this later. And this pullback is demonstrated by that days on market that I talked about. Both Stafford and Prince William County, by the way, show that the sold contracts days on market is 5 days. But when you go back and you look at everything that's on the market right now and the median days on market, they're both at 30 days plus. So 4 to 6 times more than what the under contract properties are showing. So sorry. Never a moment without that phone. Every home type and neighborhood does have their own market behaviors. So ultimately, all I'm saying as I dance off this slide and take this phone call is that if you're interested in how your market is performing in your neighborhood, your type of home, please contact us so that we can do a very personalized market analysis for you. Okay. I look forward to meeting you here, same time, same place, in about a month. Thanks. Bye-bye.